All right, everyone, let's talk about stories about Kali Ma and what being a devotee of her means. So, the Divine Mother Kali Ma, at some point in the distant past, now, this can be understood symbolically, this can be understood literally, and a number of ways in between, which I take it into account in all degrees and accept it in all degrees and believe that it happened in all degrees from both polarities. So there was this demon very long time ago that every time a god, and then when the gods were fighting him, or was anybody was fighting him, anytime that they would cut him or even cut off his head, the drops of blood that would come from him would sprout a new demon, a new him. So this was obviously a very big problem for the gods who wanted to defeat this demon. A lot of people say that it is symbolic of desire, that once you partake of one desire, you partake of multiple, or that once you partake of a desire, you do it again and again and again, whether it be tobacco, alcohol, drugs, pure lust in sex, or a desire for money. Desire takes many forms. It's not just, when I say desire, or when anybody says desire, everybody thinks of like sex or lust. It's not just that. That's just one facet of desire. Desire can be anything. Desire can even be comfort in, being sad, or being depressed, or being where you are, or even if we're not moving forward in life, there can be a certain desire to feel that comfort of the familiar. Like, okay, I'm not moving forward. I'm not progressing towards any of my dreams, but this is comfortable. I've been here. Or I'm depressed, but this is comfortable because I've been here. I know this. It's kind of like Stockholm syndrome, where you're captive by somebody and it's bad, but you get addicted to being captive because it's comfortable. You know it. You know your world. Or those people who don't want to leave prison. There's not that many of them, but there are those people who develop that certain syndrome or mindsets where they don't want to leave prison because they know the rules in prison. They know how prison operates. It's home. As crappy as it is, it's home. We can find ourselves in those places in life. Depression, fear, giving up in a number of ways in our lives, just because trying again or doing something new, we feel like it's scary, or we might want to harm ourselves or kill ourselves if we try something new, and we feel like we might go over the edge of insanity or something like that. That's part of it. But the gods fought with this demon regardless, and they eventually asked Kali Ma, or Ma Kali, as the correct version of the name is both said and pronounced. Kali Ma is what I kind of got attached to, but that's not necessarily exactly how you should say it. Ma Kali is technically the right term, but I don't really care, because I kind of always do my own thing. The gods called upon Kali Ma, and what she did is that, in some tellings, Vishnu, with his whirling energy disc, cut off that demon's head, and then Kali Ma leapt forward and drank all the blood so that not a drop hit the ground to form another demon. What does this mean? So if you offer up your actions or your desires sincerely to Kali Ma, then she will take them from you and slay them. If you're a devoted devotee, you offer everything up sincerely. Your desires, your bad actions. You offer them up. You don't have to slay them. She'll slay them for you. So in the story, there's another part that I think there's a lot of different tellings of the story, but there's another part that needs to be talked about. So in some retellings, a lot of them, Kali Ma, after she drinks the blood of the demon, the Asura, which isn't completely like a demon in the Western sense, but for the sake of it, I've been calling it a demon, but it's an Asura. So, in many retellings, she becomes frenzied, and she starts even killing not just demons, but people on the good side, even demigods on the good side. In a lot of retellings, it's just because she became so frenzied and she became so blood mad that she did this, but that's not quite the case. I think what happened, in my interpretation of the different versions that I've read, is that she saw the delusions and even those who believed themselves to be good or were on the good side. She saw the illusions and delusions and saw how they have encased even their good lives, confined even the lives that were better than the demons on the other side. And she wanted to get rid of those constructs that they had that had formed themselves. So she was seeing the delusion and Maya, illusion in these people, in these demigods. And she started slaying them not because she was killing them, but by killing their delusions and illusions. She was, in essence, because she was slaying that part of themselves, it was so much a part of themselves that they themselves died. And that's my interpretation. Shiva eventually stepped in and was, kind of stopped her and brought her to, stop her killing spree, in essence. And Shiva, very aloof. Odin's very aloof, but Shiva takes it to a whole nother level. Very aloof god. Aspect of the source, rather. But renunciation. Shiva is god of that. Renunciation, detachment, lack of passion. In a way, it brought Shiva back to himself as well. When he saw Kali Ma killing those who had a lot of illusions and delusions that they wouldn't slay in this life and had to move on to another one, or they had so many that by slaying those things in that person, it ended up killing them. I think it attuned Shiva to this world better. He was like, in my imaginings, within himself, in some retrospective concept, and probably a more complicated way, definitely a more complicated way. Basically, I imagine that his inner voice or himself was just thinking, they're very deluded. They have a lot of illusions, the ones that you're killing, but they need to work through them on their own. You can't cut them all for them. They have to cut them for themselves. Then that's when I think he stopped Kali Ma, in my opinion. I think that for the last part of this, I'm going to go into an experience that I actually mentioned recently on Facebook. And if you want to follow me on Facebook or message me, go to www.facebook.com/Hunter_Salazar, HUNTER_SALAZAR. You're more than welcome to friend me or message me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding something spiritual or anything that I talk about. But, so to a lot of people I know intimately, or I'm very close to, or I tell everything to, know that when I eat, I often say Jai Ma. I'll close my eyes, or I'll have them open, either way. And I'll say Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, and I'll direct my eyes a little bit up, kind of towards my third eye, and I'll direct the energy of my body up as I'm eating, so that when I'm eating, the food's going down, but I'm offering it to the Divine Mother Kali Ma, and the place that I will go to when I die for a time before returning back here to learn a bit, then come back here. A lot of the details of this realm, this astral realm, specific planet in the lap of the Divine Mother Kali Ma, has been shown to me, and I've told a select number of people, and I've given some information in some of my videos, but it is something that has not been described to me, but has been revealed to me. But when I eat, I say Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma a lot in my head and direct my energy up. And whether my eyes are closed or open, I envision the Divine Mother Kali Ma with that planet in her lap. And she is in a pure energetic state. Outlines similar to a biped human, anthropomorphized energetic form of a general human form. But I offer that up as I'm eating, and I feel a little bit of tingle on my crown chakra as I'm doing this, as I'm offering this food up, and I'm envisioning her light form above this planet. And sometimes I'll go into her womb during this visualization, and this happens every time that I eat. And then sometimes I'll go deep into the planet, into a nook that I can describe at another date. And sometimes I'll go to the period when I'm going into the planets from this realm and appearing upon this path and seeing the Divine Mother Kali Ma above the light jungle. But I tell you all this because that sensation on my crown chakra, right there, kind of like along the V, I started to realize that since I offer up so much to her, I've started to realize that there's a sensation and a development of my ability to connect from the crown chakra. I've been doing this a long time, and this development has been not quite as long as I've been doing this offering as I eat to the Divine Mother Kali Ma, but at least the last third of that, probably within the last couple years, I started to realize that through the crown chakra, I'm able to kind of feel the conscious web around the planet. I'm able to feel my human body and consciousness in this space and time, but also feel at least a tiny bit all those who have come before throughout history, and the motion of the planet, the motion of our solar system. It's just all these little hints of feeling. And I feel rooted on this planet. It's almost like my legs become stronger when I'm doing this, when I'm going through this, when I'm feeling all these sensations, which are slight, but all at once. And I feel so much more than myself. It feels vaster. And it's both wonderful. It used to be scary, but now it's more just wonderful and calming. You know, the idea of feeling so small, but also just feeling so connected. And I think that offering to the Divine Mother Kali Ma through my crown chakra as I'm eating has developed this somehow. And I don't know exactly how, because this hasn't been described to me before, but just happened upon this ability, and it's just been increasing. This ability has been increasing. It's going to be an interesting journey forward. And I think that this has more been a explanation of events and developments than anything with a message besides my interpretation of some of the Divine Mother Kali Ma's stories. At any rate, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot them down in the comment section below on YouTube, or contact me at www.facebook.com/hunter.salazar, HUNTER, _SALAZAR. And if you hit that thumbs up down there, it really helps out the channel, get traffic to the channel. And if you leave a comment, that also helps. At any rate, thank you very much for watching, and all of you, have a wonderful day.